Hello and welcome to Design and Business Conversations for Creatives. I'm Cheyney and today I'm going to be chatting with you about how you can get more clients for your creative business. In this video, I will go over 4 points. Firstly, I will speak about how your brand can be more visible and therefore attract more clients. Then I'll go into directories, Facebook groups, and then I'm saving the best for last, and that is word of mouth. Number 1. My first tip for getting more clients is to be visible. I cannot stress this enough. It's really easy when you're in business to assume that because you've been working in it 24/7 that everybody else knows about it. It's really easy just to think, oh, I've put myself out there once or twice and everyone must have seen it. I'm here to tell you that is not the case. Whether you trust me to be a reliable source or not, I have heard in the past that it takes 7 times for somebody to see you before they'll commit to either buying your product or hiring you for a service. So if this is true, which I believe, that means that you're going to be wanting to put yourself everywhere. I might be biased because I'm a graphic designer, but I think that first and foremost, if you have a creative business, you need a website. I think that in this day and age, if you don't have a website, it can really ruin your credibility. If people want to find a business, where do they look first? The internet. So it's one thing to have a website. It's another thing to make sure that that website is functional and clear and easy for your clients to contact you. Not only do you want all of those things, you also want to be sure that you are driving people to your website. There are so many ways you can do this. This is mainly what I use social media for. So you can use Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Allo, Dribbble, Behance, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, and the list goes on. By being present on all of these social media channels, you can direct people back to your website. Mine, for example, is www.designbycheyney.com. When a client will land on your website, they then have the opportunity to get to know a little bit about you and the style of work that you're producing. Assuming you have a creative business and that's why you're here, a few key things to remember with your website is make sure you have quality content. Make sure it's easy to navigate, and I highly recommend putting testimonials on your website, which I'll talk about in my very last point. If you have any questions of this or you feel like I've missed anything, please comment below and I'll be sure to answer your questions the best that I can. Number 2, directories. So just like I was chatting about before with the phone directories aren't exactly a thing of the past. There are online directories. This is something you are going to want to look into if you have a creative business, because when I look in the analytics of my website, I can see where the referrals are coming from. Quite often the referrals are coming from directories. My biggest referral lead is the Freelance Village. And if you're watching this from New Zealand, I highly recommend you look into the Freelance Village. I have gained so many clients from being on there. Usually being on a directory requires a small fee, but I find that 9 times out of 10, that small fee will definitely return a client that returns more than what you've invested. What I recommend is you Google in your local area some directories that you can put yourself on. Usually a directory listing will say a little bit about your business and refer traffic directly to your website, which ties in nicely with point number 1. You need a website. The results that return on Google will indicate to you how well the directory is either functioning or how much they're putting into advertising. So I'm a creative freelancer. To give you an example of what I would do if I was looking for a directory in my area, is I would go onto Google and type creative freelancer graphic design Auckland, New Zealand directory. It would return a screed of results, and I could look into the results and decide which directories I feel are going to be best to reflect my brand and my business, and also one that is going to match my budget. My third suggestion to gain more clients for your creative business is join Facebook groups. I have no doubt that whatever industry you're in, whatever kind of creative work you do, there will be a Facebook group to match your needs. Facebook groups have been huge for me for returning business. I belong to one Facebook group in particular in New Zealand called She Owns It, and it is a community for women in business in New Zealand. I think it's something like $250 a year or something, so less than $1 a day, and the women in that group are absolutely fantastic. Rachel, the owner, has done a really good job at fostering and nurturing a really supportive and loving community of women, and so many women in that group just want to support other women in business that are also in that group. It is a great way to be part of a community, but it also makes you more visible, and in my experience it has returned a lot of clients. I'm in quite a lot of Facebook groups, and they're in different little niches that'll somehow relate to what I do. So I'm in a New Zealand makers group, I am in a YouTube group, I am in a woman in business group, New Zealand networking group, I'm in a graphic design group. Not only will some of these Facebook groups increase your visibility, but they can also be really helpful if you have a question and you need an answer from somebody who understands what you do. So if you aren't already in Facebook groups, jump on Facebook and have a search. The keywords you search will return the most relevant results to whatever you put in, and give it a go. My last tip for getting clients for your creative business is by far the most important, and for me has referred the most clients, and that is word of mouth. Having someone recommend your product or service to somebody else is huge. It is social proof. Again, it increases your visibility, but it can build trust with your customer or client before they even have looked you up. A really easy way for the word to spread about your product or business is to ask for reviews. Reviews and testimonials are not only lovely to read, it's also something that you can showcase. And I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of people base their decisions on reviews that they see. A couple of places you can ask for your clients to review the work that you've done for them is on Google My Business, LinkedIn, and Facebook. I'm sure there are many more, but what you can do with these reviews once you have them is copy and paste and use them as social media posts. Not only are you more visible, but it's an opportunity to post it on your social media and drive more people back to your website. One thing that I didn't have on my little list of bullet points to talk about is community. And I think that when I reflect back on just doing this video in the last however many minutes, is community is everything. You want to be part of a community, part of the conversation, and then people can trust you, you're visible, and then eventually it might lead to some work. And then eventually that work might lead that client to refer you to another client. And it's a huge snowball effect. I hope this has been helpful for you. If there's anything I've missed or if you have any suggestions, please type it in the comments below. Check me out on social media using the handle @DesignByCheyney on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe using the button below. See you next time, bye!